वो एग्जाम पूरा सीनियर डीएफए में कंडक्ट करेगा. We can transfer the CG cases to any division bar zone also. If they request, any CG appointee request for the transfer of their CG cases to the any division or zone, right? Then entire recruitment process, including suitability and identification of medical identification of post and everything will be done by, right, prior railway, right, prior railway only. जो employee जहाँ काम कर रहा है, we can say that parent railway or division, parent railway or division, and the entire process of appointment, right, will be processed by the new unit. Okay, so CG cases are transferable. Before their appointment also the cases can be transferred, but entire recruitment process, approval of the competent authority for the CG should be done by the parent railway or division, and enter process of appointment will be done by the new unit. Any other questions, Jaldi?
Sir, in LDC, sir, there are regarding APAR, sir. We have seen, we heard rumor like that there are good in APAR. There is a good remark. Consecutive 2 years will not be considered as interview.
No.
Is there any type?
No, right. No, right. For LDC 30% के लिए, right? LDC 30% के लिए we consider previous 5 years.
Yes, sir.
5 years. APARs, abhi recently board has issued a circular stating that from the date of notification. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, आपका नोटिफिकेशन इश्यू हुआ था, आई गेस दैट इट इज इश्यूड ड्यूरिंग द December 2025. सो आपके लिए December 25 से हम प्रीसीडिंग 5 years ले लेंगे, राइट. फॉर ग्रुप बी दिस अपर कैलकुलेशंस, राइट, one overall grading will be there,
Yes, sir.
plus 4 group B attributes will be there, 4 group B attributes. कुल मिला के 5 हो रहा है. अगर किसी को हम OS दे दिया, इट इज 5, वेरी गुड दे दिया 4, एंड गुड दे दिया किसी को 3, एवरेज दे दिया किसी को हम 2, बिलो एवरेज दे दिया तो हम 1 मार्क देंगे, राइट. So like this we'll take for the entire 5 years, 5 multiplied by 25, right. एक साल का 25 रहता है मैक्सिमम, इट कम्स टू 125 डिवाइडेड बाय 5 is equal to 25. Right? So to consider for Viva, right, one must secure, right, 15 marks मिलना है उसको. 15 से कम आया तो he is not eligible for interview. अगर आपको गुड मिला तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट. गुड मिला तो 515 जाओ तो 515 जा कितना हो रहा है, 75 divided by 5 comes to 50. So you are eligible to consider for the, right, Viva. If anyone secures less than 15, then we will not consider the candidate for the group B Viva. This is the rule, right. कोई डरने का कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Next.
गुड इवनिंग सर. सर आपने बताया था सर कि अगर किसी का ऐसे 5 पेंडिंग रहेगा और सस्पेंशन में रहता है सर, तो अगर वो हाईएस्ट मार्क कर रहा, पैनल में अगर टॉपर रहा, तो क्या उसके लिए पोस्ट वैकेंट रखा जाएगा या वो?
डेफिनेटली वी हैव टू कीप ए वैकेंसी.
ओके सर,
राइट, वी हैव टू कीप ए वैकेंसी, बट वी हैव टू गिव द पैनल स्टेटिंग दैट वी कैन नॉट होल्ड द पैनल. उसके लिए हम पैनल ऐसे नहीं रखते, हम पैनल इश्यू कर देंगे subject to inclusion of one more name against whom SFI proceedings or who is under this suspension. ऐसा लिख के हम पैनल इश्यू कर देंगे. Shall we start MCQs or any other questions?
Sir, one question, sir.
जल्दी
सर व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन वर्टिकल रिजर्वेशन और हॉरिजॉन्टल रिजर्वेशन?
हाँ, हॉरिजॉन्टल रिजर्वेशन का मतलब है हॉरिजॉन्टल इट इज अप्लीकेबल टू एक्स सर्विसमैन, राइट, पीडब्ल्यूबीडी, ओके, एंड पीडब्ल्यूबीडी एंड अग्निवीर्स, ओके, and ex course completed act apprentices, okay, right. So इसका मतलब है अगर if you are notified 100 vacancies, if you are notified 100 vacancies, based on that ex serviceman, if it is a level 2 post, ex serviceman 10 post रख देना है बाद में, right, you have to keep aside, and PWBD you have to keep 4 vacancies, Agniveers you have to keep another 5 vacancies, right. This quota will be based on the notified vacancies, right, notified vacancies etc. ऐसा कर देंगे. And in case of vertical reservation, right, vertical reservation में थोड़ा स्पेलिंग छोड़ दीजिए, right, don't worry about the spelling. अगर vertical one रिजर्वेशन में मैं एक बार रुकिए, हाँ, insert I need table. Okay, vertical reservation में I think you all are aware that we have the vacancies for the SC, ST, and EWS, and another one is insert, right, okay, another one is UR. So if my sanction strength is 100, sanction strength, right, sanction strength of my 100 is this is there. So requirement as per roster, my requirement is, right, requirement is you all are aware that मैं फिर भी ये कर दे रहा हूँ 15% रहना है, right, and ST चलो ST is 7.5%, right, okay, and EWS is 10%, okay. So remaining you don't worry about the OBC, अभी OBC के बाद में छोड़ दीजिए, ये तीनों रिजर्वेशन है. So your requirement shall be 15 and 7.5 मान लीजिए 7, okay, and 10. So remaining leftover is this 100 में से 100 minus 15 minus 7 minus 10. So 68 must be your candidate should be अवेलेबल. अगर आपके पास ऑलरेडी 10 लोग हैं, आपके पास ऑलरेडी 6 लोग हैं, आपके पास ऑलरेडी 9 लोग हैं, एंड आपके पास यहाँ 60 है, सो योर रिक्वायरमेंट, राइट, रिक्वायरमेंट मस्ट बी 5 ओनली एंड 1 ओनली एंड 1 एंड 8. सो कुल मिला के आपका नोटिफिकेशन होगा 5118 ओनली, राइट. 7 plus 8 15. This is the bifurcation. It means if already employees are there in your category, SC category का already आपके पास 10 लोग हैं, so your requirement will be 5 only. So for this is called vertical reservation, and this is horizontal reservation. Horizontal reservation is based on the notified vacancies, whereas vertical reservation is as per the requirement as per your reservation roster. Okay. कोई पूछ रहा है व्हाट इज द लोअर एज लिमिट फॉर द सीजी के लिए, ऑलरेडी मैं बता दिया हूँ. चलो विल स्टार्ट अवर रेगुलर दिस थिंग क्लास. ओके, अजित गाరు आर यू देयर? Okay, during this MCQ don't text me anything, and आप पूरा अनम्यूट कर लीजिए, पेन पेपर ले लीजिए. दीज आर द अर्लियर पेपर्स ओनली, ओल्ड पेपर्स, राइट. अगर आप ऑलरेडी ओके, तो फर्स्ट विल गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चंस, देन हम क्वेश्चंस के बारे में पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे. First, we'll start with AOM paper of 2023. This thing 70%. Just thumbs up राइज कीजिए, आपको क्वेश्चन पेपर दिख रहा? Okay, right. I think it is visible. And just go through the questions. How many dependents are allowed in a complementary pass? Complementary pass में कितना dependents allow हो सकता है? Maximum 2, maximum 3, maximum 1, maximum 4. Divisional railway manager is eligible for which metal token? कौन सा metal token दिया जाता है? Mandal Rail Prabandhak, it seems. Divisional Railway Manager. Silver, gold, bronze, platinum. Second class A pass holder. Second class A pass holder is entitled to travel in which category? Second class A pass holder कौन सा category का class में travel कर सकता है? In 3 tier AC, in 2 tier AC, in first AC, in second sleeper. How many days leave is granted as maternity leave? Maternity leave हम कितना दिन दे सकते हैं? Rule 3A of Railway Services Conduct Rules 1966 is related to. So taking part in politics, promptness and courtesy, observance of government policies, none of the given options. So what amount is given as subsistence allowance? आपका आंसर नोट कर दीजिए एंड बाद में आपका आंसर पूरा रिव्यू कर लीजिए. So 50% of last pay, 25% of last pay, 75% of last pay, 10% of last pay. Amount of subsistence allowance. Under which rule of DR inquiry officer nominated? DR rule में inquiry officer कौन सा rule के हिसाब से हम as per which rule we nominate the officer, inquiry officer? Rule 9, Rule 5, Rule 4, Rule 10. Under which D and A rules 1968 an appeal can be made? Rule 18, Rule 15, Rule 11, Rule 7. Then what is the standard form used for revocation of suspension? Revocation of suspension will be issued under which standard form? SF4, SF3, SF2, SF5. How much employee contribution goes to NPS? NPS में employee contribution कितना है? 10% of basic pay plus DA, 20%, 14%, 15%. Which article of the Constitution the principle of natural justice is mentioned? Article 311(2), Article 315, Article 325, Article 310. Total how many days are granted as child care leave in entire service? Entire service में child care leave हम कितना दिन का दे सकते हैं? How many days we can sanction entire service? Then what is the full form of IREC? Indian Railway Inquiry Code, Establishment Code, Establishment Council, Inquiry Council. Then what is the full form of PRAME? Participation of Railway Employees in Management, Public and Railway Employees Meeting, Permanent Railway Employees Meeting, Permanent Railway Employees Missioner. Up to what age an unmarried, unemployed son eligible for family pension? Unmarried, unemployed son, up to what age they are eligible for family pension? 25 years or his appointment, whichever is earlier, 21 years or his appointment, whichever is earlier, 18 years or his appointment, 30 years or his appointment. So ये 15 क्वेश्चन है 70% का एओएम पेपर में. एंड सिमिलरली वी हैव, इसको हम बंद करने के, एईएन का भी क्वेश्चन पेपर हम एक बार पढ़ लेंगे, उसके बाद वी विल गो थ्रू द रिमाइनिंग. Is it visible? कोई थम्स अप बताइए, थम्स अप चैट बॉक्स में डालिए. Okay, right, got it. Okay, so I think this is a little standard है, ये थोड़ा ज्यादा स्टैंडर्ड का क्वेश्चन पेपर है एईएन का, मगर डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं है, बट यू कैन आंसर इट. ओके, राइट. तो ये थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़ना पड़ेगा एंड आप थोड़ा ये करना पड़ेगा, राइट. So far I seen this is one of the थोड़ा little bit standard question paper hai. Okay, in normal cases maximum how many days medical leave can be granted to a railway employee residing in an area covered by railway health service without producing the medical certificate from railway medical officer, right? So 1 day, 2 day, 3 days and 4 days. This is actually, we used to call it as a PMC, private medical certificate. हम प्राइवेट मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट पे कितना दिन का लीव दिया जा सकता है विदाउट सपोर्टिंग द मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम रेलवे मेडिकल ऑफिसर, वो क्वेश्चन. A railway employee is required to give intimation to the department if the value of sale, purchase or both in shares, securities, debentures or mutual funds, etc. by him in a year exceeds his dash basic pay. कितना महीने का बेसिक पे ज्यादा होने के बाद शेयर्स, सिक्योरिटीज, डिबेंचर्स, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में हम गवर्नमेंट को इंटीमेशन करना पड़ेगा. 6 महीने, 5 महीने का, 4 months, 3 months. The maximum amount of study leave which may be granted to a railway employee of engineering department during his entire service is, पूरा सर्विस में हम एक इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट एम्प्लॉय को कितना दिन का स्टडी लीव सैंक्शन किया जा सकता है? 12 महीने, 36, 48, 24. Maximum study leave that we can sanction to a engineering department during his entire service. If a railway employee is away from his headquarters on duty for 9 hours, he is entitled for dash of the daily allowance rate. Actually, daily allowance railway में use नहीं करते, traveling allowance, but we have to answer it. Traveling allowance अगर कोई headquarters से 9 hours behind that period है तो हम कितना दिन का daily allowance देना पड़ेगा? 30%, 70%, 50%, 90%. For purchase of a new house, the maximum amount of house building advance is, right? ये HPA का question है. For purchase of a new house, the maximum amount of house building advance, 30 months basic pay subject to maximum 20 lakhs, 34 months basic pay subject to maximum 20 lakhs, 30 months basic pay subject to maximum 25 lakh, 34 months basic pay subject to maximum 25 lakhs. So other than exceptions mentioned in the rule, the reimbursement of children education allowance is given only for dash eldest surviving children. Other than exceptions mentioned in the rule, राइट, हम कितना एल्डेस्ट सर्वाइविंग चिल्ड्रन को चिल्ड्रन एजुकेशन अलाउंस हम दे सकते हैं? 1 2 3 4. Which of the following is not a major penalty as per the railway servants discipline and appeal rules? Right, so reduction by 2 stages in the time scale of pay for 2 years, withholding of increment of pay for 1 year without cumulative effect, compulsory retirement, reduction to lower time scale of pay, grade, post or service. So इन चारों में कौन सा मेजर पेनाल्टी नहीं है? थोड़ा लॉजिकली थिंक करना पड़ेगा ऐसा क्वेश्चन पेपर से है तो। ए ग्रुप बी रेलवे एम्प्लॉय has been imposed with penalty of withholding of 3 full sets of privilege passes in a year. His son will be entitled to dash sets of school pass during that year. कितना सेट्स का स्कूल पास दिया जा सकता है हम अगर एक ग्रुप बी रेलवे एम्प्लॉय पे 3 सेट पास कट किया तो एज ए पेनाल्टी, राइट? देन 3 4 6 2 इसमें बता रहा है आप डैश सेट विल बी एंटाइटल्ड डैश सेट्स ऑफ स्कूल पासेस सेट्स। For taking study leave, a railway employee from engineering department has to give a bond that he will serve the railway for minimum dash, right, after the expiry of a study leave period, dash years, right? 2 साल, 3 साल, 1 साल, 4 साल. If a railway employee joins the new post without availing any joining time, the joining time as admissible shall be credited to his leave account as casual leave, special casual leave, off on average pay, right? On average pay, leave on average pay, right? CL, SCL, leave on average LHAP and LAP. So what is the maximum limit for accumulation of leave on off average pay? LHAP maximum accumulation कितना दिन का है? 300, 360, no limit 240. A person seeking any information from any railway office under Right to Information Act has to make request to the a person seeking कोई railway Right to Information Act में कुछ information पूछ रहा है, he shall make the request to the dash Central Public Information Officer of that office, head of that office, officer who is a custodian of that information, head of a doc receipt section. Then a SSC PV remains out of his headquarters for 5 hours at an accident site 15 kilometers away from his headquarters. He will be entitled for daily allowance equal to dash of daily allowance rate. 15 kilometers away है, 5 घंटे का ड्यूटी है, एक्सीडेंट साइट है, right? These are the important word is accident, 70%, 100%, 30% and 50%. Which of the following case issue of a privilege pass between 2 stations through a route which is longer than shortest route between these stations is not permissible? Trains with better facilities are available on the longer route. For an alternative route between these 2 stations, distance along longer route is not more than 15% than shortest route. Journey time on the longer route is lesser than shortest route. Okay. So here question is a negative question है, last में is not permissible बोला. In which of the following case issue of privilege pass between 2 stations through a route which is longer than shortest route between these stations is not permissible? Then last question, the online platform created exclusively for airing suggestions and grievances by the railway pensioners and for solving the pension related issues is HRMS, IPAS, CPgrams and ARPA. So these are the 15 plus 15, 30 questions, right? Right. So now we'll go through the explanation and correct answers. We'll start with again AOM paper. ओके एक दो मिनट में किन लोगों को अच्छा ये अभी आंसर नहीं लगा सर. चलो quickly I will reveal the answers. How many dependents are allowed in complementary pass? Maximum 2. And the divisional railway manager is eligible for silver metal token. And second class A pass holder is 3-tier AC. And how many days leave is 180 days. And rule 3A of railway services conduct rules is promptness and courtesy. Okay. Then what amount is subsistence allowance? 50% of last pay. आप आंसर चेक कर लीजिए एक बार. Will. So under which rule DR inquiry officer is nominated? It is rule 10. And under which DR rules an appeal can be made? Rule 18. And what is the standard form used for revocation of suspensions? SF4. And how much employee contribution goes to NPS? It is 10% of basic pay plus DA. And in which article of the Constitution the principle of it is Article 311(2). Article 311(2). Total how many days are granted as child care leave in entire service? It is 730 days. And the full form of IREC is Establishment Code, Indian Railway Establishment Code. And the full form of PRAME is participation of railway employees in management. And up to what is an unmarried unemployed son? It is up to 25 years or appointment, whichever is earlier. So these are the answers for the AOM question paper. Just text कीजिए chat box में किन लोगों को कितना नंबर मिला है. या मैक्सिमम 13-14 मिल रहा है या 11. So you have to, अगर आपको 11 नंबर मिल रहा बोले तो 4 wrong answer हो गया. So you have to deduct that negative markings also. Okay, good number है सभी लोगों को. Okay, so now we will review the how it is correct answer कैसा आ रहा क्या है वो देखेंगे, right? So correct answer is 2, maximum 2. So what rule says that? Pass rules says that, right? Maximum when dependent is included, right? When dependent is don't type text anything right now, right? Included in your pass, right? Pass or PTO. Maximum berths, right, will be restricted to 5 and not more than 2 dependents, right, can travel simultaneously, right, at a time, can travel at a time. Okay, आप फिर दूसरा पास लेके दूसरा डिपेंडेंट्स को ले जा सकते हैं, मगर एज फॉर पास रूल्स maximum when dependent is included in your pass, maximum berths will be restricted to maximum 5, right? So you have to read the question carefully, right, here. And not more than 2 dependents cannot travel at the same time. So divisional railway manager is eligible for the silver metal token, right? Silver metal token. So this is actually gold metal token will be issued to the CRB, Railway Board, all the members of Railway Board and Finance Commissioner finance, so commissioner, right? And chief railway safety, right? CRS, right? And GMs of all the zonal railways, zones, and production units, and DGs of Director Generals of CTIs, right? CTIs means Centralized Training Institute like IRFM, IRISEN, NAYAR, ये पूरा है. Okay, so branch will be issued to, right, J grade and below officer, right? J grade and below officer, they will be issued with the branch metal token, right? Whereas silver will be issued to the SAG, HODs, right? SAG and above officers. Not covered under gold metal token, right? So all the gazetted officers are eligible to travel with the family on duty, right? Maximum 4 bus, right? So this is about the metal tokens. Then class of pass, this is so second class A pass, they can travel in this thing. Okay, so first class A pass, right? It is white color का रहता है, white color. All the gazetted officer को दिया जाता है, all the gazetted officers, right? And first class pass, right? So this is in green color का रहता है. Level 6 and above non-gazetted staff को दिया जाता है, and they can travel in second AC. Okay, these people can travel in first AC, right? Then second A pass, right? Second class A pass, second class A pass, it is in yellow color, right? And only level 5 employees, right? Level 5 employees को दिया जाता है, and they can travel in third AC. And last one is second class pass. This is pink in color, right? And level 4 and below staff, level 4 and below staff को दिया जाता है. They are eligible to travel in sleeper class. So these are the 4 kinds of passes available to the railway servant, and their color, eligibility, and eligibility of travel. How many days of maternity leave is granted? Maternity leave maximum 180 days. Okay. So this will be sanctioned to the female railway servants, right? Female railway servant having less than 2 surviving children, right? At the time of confinement, at the time of delivery दिया जाता है. Can be combined with any other kinds of leave, right? For maximum 24 months, right? अगर आपको maternity leave हम 180 days दे दिया है, right? Then it can be combined with आपका LAP, LHAP, ऐसा कुछ भी आप combine कर सकते हैं, and for up to maximum 24 months तक combine कर सकते हैं with your own leave. And recently एक अभी surrogate mother, right? surrogate mother को हम surrogate mother whether they are eligible for maternity leave. Surrogate mother, if railway servant, right? Railway servant having less than 2 surviving children, right? Eligible for maternity leave. Eligible for maternity leave of, right, 180 days. कोई problem नहीं है. Okay. So 180 days maternity leave देना ही पड़ेगा if surrogate mother is there. And then similarly for commissioning mother, right? Commissioning mother का मतलब है, right, if railway servant having less than 2 surviving children eligible for maternity leave also. Then maternity leave to adoptive mother, right? ये हम कब देना है? If railway servant, right? If railway servant having less than 2 surviving children and the age of adopted baby on valid adoption and the age of adopted baby is less than 1 year, right? Then we have to sanction the maternity leave also, right? So these are the conditions for the sanctioning of a maternity leave to the surrogate mothers, right? As well as commissioning mother, as well as adoptive mother also. So for this RBE number is 52 by 2025, right? Commissioning mother and child care leave. चलो child care leave हम बाद में देख लेंगे. So rule number 3A, conduct rules, is related to what? Okay, I said don't ये राइट अप पूरा आपको हम शेयर करेंगे, राइट? तो डोंट टेक्स्ट मी एनीथिंग, इट डिस्ट्रैक्ट मी. आप टेक्स्ट कुछ भी नहीं करना है चैट बॉक्स में, जस्ट सुनिए, बाद में हम पूरा ये शेयर करेंगे. ओके, सो करेक्ट आंसर इज प्रॉम्प्टनेस एंड courtesy. So promptness and courtesy. So rule number 3 में, right? Rule number 3 of conduct rules, it says about first आपको general बताया जाएगा, right? General rules है rule number 3 में. And rule number 3 में आपको 3A मिल जाएगा and 3B भी है, right? And 3C भी है. Okay, 3C will be there. Okay, so इसका कोड है, आपको अच्छे से याद रख लेना. रूल नंबर 3 का कोड है GPOP, राइट? जनरल प्लास्टर ऑफ पेरिस. पीओपी बोलते हैं ना, आपका घर में ऊपर होगा शायद, अगर आपका कुछ फॉल सीलिंग करवाया, नहीं तो किसी का हाथ टूट गया है, राइट? उसको हम पीओपी ये बोलते हैं, उसको पीओपी से करते हैं उसको, राइट? पीओपी मीन्स इट इज plaster of Paris, general plaster of Paris. You give the code, some code, otherwise you cannot this thing. Promptness and courtesy. Okay, then 3B says that observance of government policies. Observance of government policies. Okay, and 3C, right? C equal to she, right? So you should prohibition of sexual harassment against working women, right? Working women, right? पोक्सो एक्ट भी कुछ बोलता है इसको, right? विशाखा केस, right? It is one of the Supreme Court case है, विशाखा केस, ये भी याद रख लेना आप अगर अभी पूछने का साइन. C equal to she. So code is for general rules का code है GPOP, that is General Plaster of Paris, promptness and courtesy and observance of government policies. And then 3 is the prohibition of sexual harassment against working women at workplace, right? At workplace. Okay. So what is the subsistence allowance? Subsistence allowance is maximum, right? 50%. Okay. During the right suspension period on submission of non-employment certificate right in SF3, right? So minimum subsistence allowance must be minimum 50% of last pay, can be enhanced by, right, 25%, that is enhanced by 75% or 100% by disciplinary authority, DA only, right? DA only can enhance. Okay. So under which rule of DR inquiry officer is nominated? It is rule number 9, right? So without conducting the inquiry, right? Inquiry, no major penalty should be imposed, right? Without conducting the inquiry, no major penalty should be imposed against the employee. Okay. So rule number 9 में it speaks, rule number 9, it speaks about the procedure for imposition of major penalty, right? और rule number 9 में आपको nomination of this will come, right? Right. Then under which D&A rules 1968 an appeal can be made? It is rule number 18. Rule number 18 के हिसाब से आप अपील कर सकते हैं against the penalty, right? Against the penalty you can, right, raise the appeal under rule number 18. And time limit for submission of appeal is 45 days. 45 days from the date of receipt of penalty order, and can be condoned by the appellate authority, right? Appellate authority can be condoned that 45 days of behind 45 days also he can condone if sufficient reason is there. So against rule number 15. What is the standard form for revocation of suspension is 5, right? 4, right? 3 is a non-employment certificate. Okay. During the for non-employment certificate we have to non-employment certificate for availing the subsistence allowance, and this is a deemed suspension, right? So always this penalties will be starts with the suspension. So form number 1 speaks about suspension, form 2 deemed suspension, and form 5 is major penalties, major penalty charge sheet. Okay. So SF4 is the correct answer. How much employee contribution? It is 10% of the basic pay, and plus in case of running staff, right, 30% running element also, running element also will be taken. And in case of a doctor, right, 20% of NPA will also be added in addition to that basic pay plus DA. And in addition to employer contribution. So employer contribution is 14% of basic pay plus DA, right? And the maximum eligible for withdrawal, partial withdrawal, eligible for partial withdrawal, right? Partial withdrawal आप maximum service में full service में आप 3 times is allowed. Maximum, right? 3 times, right? At the interval of 5 years. Right? And after minimum 10 years of NPS recovery contribution, right? NPS contribution 10 साल के बाद maximum 3 times in entire service, 3 times in entire service, right? At the intervals of 5 years, right? For specific reasons, right? In case of health grounds, right? Medical reasons, right? Reasons, no time limit, right? No time limit. They can avail for that also. So after minimum 10 years of NPS contribution, maximum 3 times in enter service at the intervals of 5 years for specific reasons. In case of medical reasons, no time limit is required. And this is Article 311 to speaks about the natural justice to the, right? Natural justice to the principle of natural justice. Principle of natural justice means you have to hear him. Without hearing anyone, you cannot, right? You cannot so you cannot and here, right? Maximum withdrawal permissible. Right? At a time is 25% of ये ध्यान से जोड़ना है, employee contribution only, right? You cannot touch that gain or employer contribution. Maximum withdrawal permissible at a time is, right, only 25% of the employee contribution. उससे ज़्यादा आप नहीं कर सकते, okay? And the minimum service is 10 years. 10 years contribution के बाद ही. I think it is 10 years or 3 years. ये देखना है होगा. Check it. Okay. In which article? That is article number 311(2) is the correct answer, right? So this says that without hearing any person, you cannot dismiss or remove from the service or reduce from the this thing. Okay, this is the article 311(2). And total how many days are granted as child care leave in an entire service? Maximum is 370 days, right? So CCL का बारे में आपको CCL is spoken in RBE number 64 by 2019. Okay, so female railway servant or single male parent, right? Single male parent का मतलब है unmarried, divorcee, right? Or widower. Okay, so that is the meaning. Are eligible for maximum 730, 730 days in entire service. Okay, to take care of education and health of the health of the two eldest surviving children up to the age of 18 years. In case of PWD, offspring child, right? मतलब PWD child, right? No age limit, right? No age limit in case of, right? Minimum sanction, right? At a time is 5 days, right? And maximum is entire 730 days. Okay, then spells, right? Maximum spells in a calendar year. Okay, so female railway servant and single male parent, it is maximum 3 times, right? And in case of single female parent, it is 6 times in a calendar year. But, right? But in case the child is admitted as inpatient beyond the permissible spells can also be sanctioned. Okay, so this is about the payment is first 365 days 80% salary, right? And remaining 365 days it is sorry, उल्टा बता रहा हूँ, ये 100% है and here it is 80% salary. Okay, this is about the चाइल्ड केयर लीव के बारे में आपको डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन है. कुछ भी क्वेश्चन पूछने तो यू कैन आंसर इट. एंड डेफिनेशन ऑफ IREC is Indian Railway Establishment Code. Full form of this is the participation of railway employees in management, and up to the age of 25 years we can sanction the right to a unmarried and unemployed son. In case of unmarried daughter, right, there is no age limit. And so CCL records and everything will be maintained by the this what we call personal department only. Right. So this is the AOM का question papers का review है. Now we'll start the this AEN. Okay, AEN का थोड़ा standard question paper है as per my knowledge. So in normal cases, maximum how many days a medical leave can be granted to a railway employee residing in an area covered by health services without producing the medical certificate? So maximum is 3 days. PMC goal there, right? PMC, private medical certificate. On production of private medical certificate, we can sanction maximum 3 days of PMC. then a railway employee is required to give intimation to the, so this is 6 times, right? And this also, right, should be intimated to the administration before 31st January of subsequent year. Subsequent year 31st January को देना पड़ेगा. Then maximum amount of study leave which may be granted to railway employee engineering department in an entire service is 24 months. Okay. So study leave देने के लिए study leave conditions, right? Minimum service shall be 5 years. Minimum service 5 years करना है. Study should be connected with the sphere of the, right, sphere of the bona fide duties. Okay, and maximum is 24 months, right? Maximum 24 months in and only once in entire service. Only once in entire service. Okay, first 12 months, and thereafter another 12 months. And should execute a bond for 3 years service. 3 years service after completion of study. Right? 3 years of the study. So this is the about the, right? So leftover maximum 3 years, and leftover services shall be leftover service after completion of study leave must be 3 years रहना. Okay, so these are the conditions. And in case of doctors, right, मैं अभी जो बता रहा हूँ वो डॉक्टर्स के लिए 2 years, right? डॉक्टर्स का थोड़ा अलग रूल्स है, right? 2 years, and the leftover service must be doctors 8 years. Okay, and so doctors 36 months, right? And so ये डॉक्टर्स के लिए हम एक ही बार 36 months दे देते हैं. Okay, and study leave complete होने के बाद doctors shall serve the 8 years service. Okay, so this is about the study leave. So if railway headquarter is behind 9 hours, अगर behind 8 kilometers गया तो they are eligible for 70% of this traveling allowance, right? Daily allowance, daily or traveling allowance, right? For on duty, for on duty behind 8 kilometers from headquarters, HQ, then only we will sanction headquarters behind 8 kilometers. Okay, so up to 6 hours, 30%, right? And up to 7, sorry, up to, थोड़ा confused है. So up to 12 hours it is 70%, and behind 12 hours, it is 100%. तीन ही है, no 90%, nothing, right? Okay. So here answer is 70%. Correct. So purchase of a new house, the maximum amount of house building advance is, so the answer is 34 months and maximum 25 lakhs this thing. So ये 25 lakhs का रिलेवेंस है, आप याद रख लेना 25 lakhs. क्या क्या चीज 25 lakhs है? डेथ कम रिटायरमेंट ग्रेचुटी, इट इज मैक्सिमम 25 lakhs, and house building advance maximum 25 lakhs, right? Maximum 25 lakhs. DCRG, house building advance, and ex gratia lump sum amount. Ex gratia lump sum amount. ये तीनों चीज मैक्सिमम, राइट, 25 lakhs ही, मैक्सिमम 25 lakhs. अगर आपको 25 lakhs ये कि याद रहे तो यू कैन ऐड आउट 2 एंड आपका आंसर होगा रिमेनिंग 2 में ये. सो 34 मंथ्स बेसिक पे और सब्जेक्ट टू मैक्सिमम 25 lakhs तक दिया जा सकते हैं. ओके. एंड द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, राइट, rate of interest is, present rate of interest is 7.44%. Okay, HPA is this thing, and PF का rate of interest है अभी आपका 7.1%, एंड कंप्यूटर एडवांस है. ये तीनों ही रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है. आपको रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट का कुछ क्वेश्चन आया तो ये तीनों में ही रहता है 10.5, right? These are the rate of interest in Indian Railways. अभी तो these are the 3 only. Rate of interest आप ये 3 चीज ही याद रखना है और दूसरा कुछ भी नहीं है rate of interest पूछने का. Okay, so this is children education allowance का बारे में क्वेश्चन है, right? चिल्ड्रन एजुकेशन अलाउंस के बारे में आप आरबीई नंबर एक बार पढ़ लीजिए, ये 114/2018, राइट? आरबीई नंबर 114/2018, and the correct answer is the 2 eldest surviving children, right? 2 eldest surviving children is the correct answer. So abhi as per the new educational policy, right? Prior to 3 years prior to first class, 3 years prior to first class to 12th standard, that 12th class तक हम, right, children education allowance reimbursement और hostel subsidy, right? hostel subsidy हम देना पड़ेगा for 2 eldest, right, eldest surviving children, 2 eldest surviving children of the railway servant. Children education allowance, right, not linked with the fee, right? Right now it is, I think, rupees 33,500 per annum, right? Per annum. Okay, not linked with the fee, only bona fide certificate or, right, attested copy of progress report or attested copy of fee receipt, right, are enough for claiming the, right, not linked with the fee, and it is enough to claim the fee receipts. And in case of this hostel subsidy लेने के लिए, right, minimum distance from the residence of the railway servant to hostel shall be 50 kilometers away. Okay, and this CEA PWBD child double, right, double the end, and the maximum is normal child 20 years, normal child, right, child 20 years तक हम अगर वो पढ़ रहा है तो हम दे सकते हैं, and PWBD child दिव्यांग बताता है इसमें, ये रूल में आपको दिव्यांग बोल के दिया गया है, दिव्यांग, राइट। फॉर देम 22 years is the maximum age. So for this, so they are eligible for hostel subsidy, CAA plus hostel subsidy, right? Can be both eligible, right? Both eligible to the railway circle. So this is about the children education allowance. So which of the following is not a major penalty? So you have to odd man out, right? Reduction 2 stages, 2 years, this is major penalty. Withholding of increment without cumulative effect is a, right, minor penalty. So which of the following is not a major penalty? Means withholding of increment of pay for 1 year without cumulative. Compulsory retirement also, right? This is discussed in rule number 6 of right, railway servants discipline and appeal rules, right? Discipline and appeal rules 1968 में ये बताया गया है that withholding of increment for 1 year is not a major penalty. A group B railway servant is withholding up to 3 sets of passes, right? His son is eligible for kitna school passes eligible? So the correct answer is 3, right? It is not linked, right? Even during the suspension period also, we have to pay, right, CEA or hostel subsidy, right, hostel subsidy and school passes also, right, school passes also, right. So for studying will be issued in the favor of wards of railway servants who are studying in residential schools, right, schools or colleges. So three sets for academic year, right, academic year, and same class of eligible on privilege account, okay, and up to 18 years of a son, right, eligible for attendant or companion, right, and in case of girl child, no age limit, right, attendant or companion will be issued to the passes. For taking study leave, a railway employee from engineering department has to bond. ये already हम discuss कर चुका है. He should give, because he is engineering department. Other than railway doctor, he should give that 3 years का bond देना पड़ेगा. If railway servant employee joins a new post without availing any joining time, the joining time admissible will be credited to LHAP account, right? So joining time is joining time, okay, up to 1000, same municipality, right, where change of residence is not involved, right, involved, it is 1 day, okay. Then up to 1000 kilometers away, up to 1000 kilometers, it is 10 days, right. 1000 to, right, 1000 to 2000 kilometers, 1000 to 2000 kilometers, it is 12 days. It is means up to 2000, up to 2000 kilometers, 2 days, 12 days, and up to beyond about 2000, right? 15 days. And in case of air travel, maximum is 12 days, right? So this is the joining time if not availed, right? If not available, full or part can be credited to LAP account. So what is the maximum amount of accumulation of LHAP? LHAP के लिए कोई average कोई ये नहीं है, okay? LAP maximum accumulation is 300 days, right? And LHAP no limit, कोई limit नहीं है, okay? And similarly, we can discuss this CCL maximum. We can sanction 730 days maximum. Okay, L&D we can sanction 360 days. Okay, so LHAP, so these are the sanctions actually, right? So a person seeking any information from this thing, they should mention that address, that is CPIO, Central Public Information Officers. So time limit for disposal of RTIs. Okay. So normal application dispose करने के लिए हमारे पास हम right 30 days लेना है, right? If any third party information, right? So 30 plus 10 days. Okay. If any application is transferred to other PIO, Public Information Officer, that is 5 plus 30. 5 plus 30 days. Okay. इसको हम इसे लिखे तो आपको याद होगा. And in case of anybody, any citizen, life is in danger. Okay. Maximum 48 hours. Right. So appeal के लिए आप 30 days ही है. So he can submit the first appeal, right? First appeal. For disposal of 30 days. In case by request, okay, 30 days में appeal करना है. Okay. Then a SSC PV remains out of his headquarters for 5 hours at an accident site 15 kilometers away. It is 100% उन लोगों को हम TA मिल सकता है. Even 1 minute or 2 minutes also accident site में irrespective of distance involved, for accidents irrespective of distance involved and time, right? 100% TA bar DA with free food, right? Free food भी supply करना पड़ेगा हम उसको. Okay, this is with regard to that. And in case of in which of the is not permissible. So this is not permissible, right? Trains with better facilities are available on the longer route. This is not the reason for permission of longer route. So longer route can be permissible if an alternative route between these two stations and distance is less than 15%, and the longer route is quickest route than the shortest route, then we can permit. And it is speaking about so HRMS, Human Resource Management System, you all are aware that for all the establishment, right, matters, right? And I pass for trial of salaries and accounting packages, right? Accounting services, right? Then CP grams for the public grievances, and this is the only ARPAN. It means it is a Devanagari word, right? Devanagari word, right? It means, which means offering, it is meant for the advanced railway pension access network, right? The abbreviation is network. Okay, so for the retired railway employees, so this is the correct answer. Chalo, somebody texting me that the 2025 में NPS withdrawal is increased from 3 to 4. That I will check it, and the that वो मैं एक बार check करके I will come back. And that contribution, this also, right? Minimum contribution, I think it is 3 or 10 में थोड़ा doubt लग रहा है. That also I will check, and I will upload these write-ups in groups, right? आपका Zoom WhatsApp ग्रुप में मैं शेयर करता हूँ. हाँ, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, इज LAP इज credited during study leave? Yes, study leave is counted as a duty for all purposes, right? So any rebate on HBA, so from 7th CPC recommendation के हिसाब से there is no rebate on this thing, right? HBM. एंड कंप्यूटर एडवांस का रिवाइज्ड भी कुछ 9.1% बता रहे हैं. मैं वो भी चेक करके आपको अपडेट करता हूँ. ओके, हाँ, ये दिस चिल्ड्रन एजुकेशन अलावेंस आल्सो आई थिंक 33,750 के थे, नॉट 33,500. एक्चुअल ओल्ड रेट इज 27,000. उस पर आप 25% ऐड कर दीजिए. 2,813 per month that you just CG appointees also eligible for this children education allowance. So for hostel subsidy claim करने के लिए document is mandatory, right? The educational institution, head of the educational institution, he has to mention the amount of expenditure incurred, right? So that is important. Academic year in the, as per the circular, it is 12 months count करना है. Maximum joining time in case of air travel is 12 days, but minimum ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अगर 1000 kilometers है तो you can avail 10 days, right? That joining time is to शिफ्ट यूर हाउस होल्ड्स, नॉट आप ऑफिस को जाके ज्वाइन करने का नहीं है. दैट पर्पज इज टू शिफ्ट यूर हाउस होल्ड्स एंड यूर फैमिली मेंबर्स. एंड ज्वाइनिंग टाइम इज एलिजिबल ओनली ऑन administrative ग्राउंड ट्रांसफर, नॉट ऑन रिक्वेस्ट ट्रांसफर. LND का मतलब है लीव नॉट ड्यू. चलो, ये रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट फॉर कंप्यूटर एडवांस इज 9.1%, नॉट 9.5%. 5% as I have mentioned that I will check it, correct करके भिजाता हूँ आपका डॉक्यूमेंट में correct करता हूँ. So third party information means third party RTI means अगर आपके पास information नहीं है, he is requesting any personal information of a particular employee, right? That is called third party information. Study leave sanctioning authority within the India, DRM or PHOD or general manager is the competent authority. Out of India, it should require the railway board's approval, right? Within the India, DRM in case of divisional, PHOD in case of headquarters control post, and in case of a gazetted officer, general manager is the competent authority. And in case of out of India study leave, it should require the approval of the railway board. And maximum LHAP that we can avail at a time is 24 months. स्कूल पास इश्यू करने के लिए कितना चिल्ड्रन को कोई ये नहीं है. इफ यू हैव n number of children, so we have to issue to the n number of children only. There is no restriction with regard to the children. एक बच्चों को देना, 2 बच्चों को देना, 3 बच्चों को देना बोल के रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. अगर किसी आदमी को, किसी रेलवे सर्वेंट को 5 बच्चे हैं, 5 बच्चे एलिजिबल है इफ दे आर बोनाफाइड स्टूडेंट ऑफ एनी रेसिडेंशियल स्कूल where minimum holidays are 3 days. When minimum holidays are required 3 days. अगर किसी टेक्निकल गिचेस से किसी एक एम्प्लॉय का अपार मिसिंग है, इफ एनी वन अपार इज मिसिंग, देन वी विल टेक द प्रीवियस ईयर अपार. अगर किसी एक एम्प्लॉय का एसआर अपार नहीं मिल रहा है, नहीं तो अपार नहीं है, वी कैन टेक द प्रीवियस ईयर अपार हम कंसिडरेशन में ले लेंगे. अगर किसी एम्प्लॉय का 5 अपार अर्न ही नहीं किया है, ओनली ही अर्नड 3 अपार्स और 4 अपार्स और 5 अपार्स due to various reasons, then we'll take the average of the available apars only. अगर किसी के पास 3 ही apars है उसका पूरा सर्विस का, so we will make the average of 3 apars and we will imply to the 5 year. Hostel subsidy amount, please calculate yourself. The old one I remember that 84,000 rupees. Now you add another 25% to that hostel subsidy amount, and I will share this allowances वो पूरा का मैं study material I will arrange it. Yes, during study leave also employee, अगर कोई employee if he is eligible for any departmental examination for promotion, he can appear that examination. If he is in out of India and if he is not appeared that selection, then next below rule में उसको हम on par with his junior, right, immediate junior के हिसाब से हम उसको ये करना पड़ेगा, right, promotion देना पड़ेगा. That is called next below rule. I said LHAP accumulation के लिए कोई लिमिट नहीं है, बट LHAP you can avail maximum 24 months only. So commissioning mother का मतलब है, अगर surrogate mother means who gives her womb for the birth of a other than her own, right, किसी और दूसरों बच्चों को वो जन्म देने के लिए वो मदर का ये देता है, womb देता है. But whereas commissioning mother is the genuine mother or natural mother है. School pass का definition, nothing that to bring the child from the residential complex, the railways provide the, right, this thing, okay. passes to bring that child. So maximum PC allowance in entire service is 5 times and maximum is 50,000 per each occasion. Maximum 5 बार ले सकते हैं. Maternity leave is not admissible to male railway servant. डॉक्टर्स का 8 साल सर्विस है, नॉट 5 ईयर 7 ईयर्स. Yes, on all the branch pass or metal token or everything, on duty pass में on duty है तो railway gazetted officers are eligible to take their family members on duty, right? Only gazetted officer, that too restricted to maximum 4 bucks. HBA लोन लेने के लिए कोई मिनिमम सर्विस नहीं है. परमानेंट एम्प्लॉय के लिए कोई मिनिमम सर्विस कंडीशन नहीं है. इन केस ऑफ टेम्पररी रेलवे सर्वेंट दे शुड सर्व एटलीस्ट मिनिमम 5 years. Even SC/ST employees also for 48 and 54 they should serve minimum 4 years. 4 years के बाद उन लोगों को आ जाता है. So maximum study leave, it can be combined with any other kind of leaves, right? Maximum 36 months तक दे सकते हैं. Like a PHOD or some course, we can give up to 36 months. 24 study leave plus 4 months is own leave, and beyond that we can sanction EOL of any EOL up to 36 months. So in case of retirement on May 2027, so they will be credited 5 months at the rate of 2.5. So some Vivo V2502, you will get 12 days LAP. One day joining time will be credited in LAP or not? Yes, it can be credited to LAP.